Every single time I sit on the toilet, especially in the night, all I'm picturing the whole time is a snake biting me on the vagina.
Matty and Esther, who would have guessed their underage grandparents?
Welcome to Underage Grandparents. I am Matty Acton, and this is my lovely wife, Esther Acton. We became grandparents before turning 40.
This podcast is all about raising kids, grandkids, dogs, working, navigating life, friendships, family, all that fun stuff. I added a bit there.
Life, essentially.
Life.
Right now, this is our first ever podcast. Drinking?
Yeah, well, I did make you have a sip of champagne when Taylor got engaged. But
That's right, we did do that.
But that was like, I don't know, 11 a.m. or something. So
Now,
this is 4 p.m., 5 p.m.
And it's school holidays. That's why we've decided to do this podcast episode. The children are here.
Yeah.
They're playing at the moment. So
they're everywhere.
Probably at about 10 minutes into this podcast, a fight will break out and we'll go and navigate that. But it's only the first week of school holidays. And man, they're hectic. I don't know why every time they come around, I'm so surprised at how busy they get.
Do you know what? I was actually last week, I want to go back and slap past Esther, who was complaining last week about making lunches and doing the school drop-off and doing all of that. I was like, I just can't wait for holidays. They can have sleep-ins. You know, they can sit around in their pajamas while I'm trying to get work done. I'm an idiot. On what planet does that actually happen? Our kids have been driven all over Brisbane. They've been here, there, everywhere. We've had 3 sleepovers this week at our house. They've been at different sleepovers.
Yep.
It's been full on.
Hectic.
And trying to get work done around it.
Yeah.
Which is never fun. Edie the other day kind of had me in a situation where I was contemplating whether or not I had to mute my Teams meeting or turn off my camera because she came in and you were busy doing stuff working.
Oh, yeah.
And she actually sat behind me and did her makeup for an hour while I was in a meeting. And
now what's funny about that is you have a serious job. You run a sales team for pharmacy.
Yeah.
I was just in my office editing myself in a wig and a dress.
Correct.
A video.
Correct. And I was with 2 directors discussing very important financials and things to do with the business. And so I turned around at one stage and said to her, can you go see what Daddy's doing, darling, or ask Daddy to do something with you? And she said, he doesn't want me either.
Well, she
never came near you. I guarantee that's the truth.
Why? And you know what? We get a cop it that, that mums generally are the
go-to person,
go-to parent. But we don't start that. It's the kids who go and do that. It's not like we say to them, hey, in every single situation, go to mum first.
I feel like it's because they see you default to the mum for questions like, hey, doll, where's this? Hey, doll,
but that's because you move our stuff.
Okay.
And you are the CEO of the house.
Yeah.
Nothing happens inside that house without your approval.
Okay. Well, I was trying to be smart boss person, and it was very hard because my eye was twitching at her using all my makeup behind me during this meeting.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and I think, thank God she's left. She leaves my door open, walks into the bathroom, which is right next door to my office, and is singing while she's doing a very loud wee, and then flushes the toilet, and both the doors are open. So it literally sounded like someone had flushed the toilet in my office. Oh, yeah. So then I had to mute, but it was obvious. They'd already heard the singing and the weeing.
What was she singing?
Oh, who knows?
Is it that No Broke Boys song?
No broke boys, no more friends. All my badass bitches and friends or something.
Is that how it goes?
Something like that.
She always gets in
my
the car.
badass bitches, my no.
Daddy, play No Broke Boys.
Yeah,
and we're driving along. No broke boys, no new friends.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's a motto for life, really. But no,
you
it has been. No.
You got yourself one broke-ass boy right here.
Straight for a broke boy. Yeah, no, it's been hectic.
Did she? I mean, you're lucky because usually if she's going to go and do a poo,
Oh.
when she walks in there, she goes, I'm doing a big deuce.
Yeah,
I'm
or
dropping the
No,
deuce.
she comes out and she goes, I just did a stanky deuce.
That's it. That's it. Don't go in there. I just did a bit of big stank and deuce.
I'm so glad she didn't do that. But I was, anyway, in the end of the conclusion of the meeting, one of the directors was like, we're actually going to talk about something now, and she probably can't be in here. So I actually had to get her out of there. But anyway, so fun times.
Where it's funny though, because Xander, he's 11.
Oh, we've barely seen him.
And yeah, how did it happen that we started giving him a little bit of rein to like ride his bike just around the suburb? He can't leave the suburb.
So much harassment, doll. Don't you remember when, like, halfway through year 6, he wanted to start riding his bike to school, and we said no, we said no, we said no, we said no, and he just wears you down. He just wears you down and wears you down until he can convince one of his mates to do it with him, and then that parent gets convinced, and then we're like, okay.
He just takes off now with his fishing rod and his bike, and you don't see him till 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
He's literally been at sleepovers all week, and we've had some of his friends here. But then he got home today. He had been home for half an hour, had lunch, and he says, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Yet he's been at a mate's place for 24 hours. He went fishing at Wynnum. Like, he's living his best life.
It's different though, because now you can track them on their phone if they've got an iPhone or an Apple Watch or whatever. Back when I was his age, if my parents let me go anywhere, it was street lights. Be home by the street lights or you were dead.
They probably didn't have as much anxiety as what we do in our generation, because I feel anxious every time he rides his bike somewhere. I think I probably say to him 50 times before he leaves,
Be safe.
Please be safe, Sandy. Please look over your shoulder. Please make sure you're checking before you go across roads. Go slow. Because one day I saw him pull out of here with his mates, and our house, you can see the street. We can see over the houses behind us and the street behind us. And I saw them all go hands-free down this ridiculously steep hill screaming after they left. And so I was like, that makes me think that you are not being safe and careful. And he was like, it wasn't me, which was correct.
Boys are idiots.
I didn't see him do it, but I was like, if they're doing that, someone's going to get hurt.
Honey, if me and a few of my mates at 38 went off on our mountain bikes, we would do that hands-free.
I know.
Probably with a tin in hand.
Yeah.
Boys never grow up.
Well.
We are stupid. We're dumb and stupid.
Yeah.
Good luck to all the parents. One of the most awkward things happened to me last Saturday when I took Xander to basketball. And do you know when someone says something and you don't know what to say back?
All the time. Constantly. And that's how I feel in small talk situations all of my life. You're
just trying to fill the void, right?
Yeah.
So there was a mum that used to be a part of Xander's soccer team. So
okay.
I'm not going to say any names, but...
Because you don't know them.
No, I do remember them. I do remember she had a little boy who was very good at soccer. He was a couple of years younger.
I think I know who. Yeah.
So I ran into her, and because I hadn't seen her for a couple of years. I was actually the coach of Xander's soccer team.
Yeah.
Know nothing about soccer, but
No.
I saw her. I was like, "Oh, how you going?" Chat. Remember they'd opened like a restaurant?
Yeah, because it was Portuguese chicken.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we love Portuguese chicken. It's like one of our all-time favorite foods. I said to her, "Oh, hey, how's the restaurant going?"
Yeah.
And she said to me, "Oh, I'm not a part of that anymore. Me and my partner split."
Oh, no. Yeah.
Now, I'm obviously not Facebook friends with her because I would have known that if we were, I guess. Probably not. I probably wouldn't have even checked. And in that moment, I didn't know, like, do you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that"? But that's what you say when someone dies.
Yeah, it's really hard because you also don't want to go, "You go, girl," and give her a fist bump.
Well, maybe you go,
because
"What did you do?"
No, because and then she's like, "Oh, you cheated on me, and I'm so heartbroken." Do you know what I mean? But I also think when you lay that on someone, you have to have a follow up. So you say, "But don't worry, it's for the best." You know.
So you full stop the sentence.
You can't full stop the sentence at, "Oh, I'm not involved with that anymore because me and my partner split."
Yeah.
You then have to make the other person feel less awkward by telling them everything's okay because it's good to be fake.
Yeah.
Or just saying, I'm glad to be rid of that dickhead or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
But she was a full stop.
she just sort of left it there.
And what did you say? You just stared at her?
I didn't know what to say, and
So
I
what?
went.
You
I said,
can I take you out on a date or something? Because you were like, I don't know how to fill a space.
I said, "Oh no, what happened?"
Oh, dull.
I know, and then I was like, "Don't tell me what
Don't.
happened. I don't need to know." And I actually had to say, "No, actually, I don't mean that. You don't have to tell me what happened. That's none of my business."
I'm just sad about the chicken shop.
Totally, the chicken shop. They don't have it anymore. I think it might still be there, but I was like, "Why would you say that? Why would you say what happened?"
Did she say
No,
anything?
I
She
just
you caught it.
started saying. I
Actually,
moved
don't
on the
tell me.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what is she meant to say? Like, I only kind of half know her. I haven't seen her in so long.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, well, yeah, he cheated on me. You know, he's with a younger girl now." Or like, he
I'm
ended up being
devastated. This is
gay.
the first time
I don't know what was going to come out.
Yeah, it's true. You shielded yourself, but really, that was the scariest question you could have asked.
But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, how hard it must be when you do separate from your partner and you've got kids. There's so many subset sections of people that you have to break the news to.
Yeah, it's not as simple as just whack it on Facebook. And I mean, I have a few friends I could tell and the whole world would find out.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I wouldn't have to take care of it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, she said it happened years ago, right? They split up like 3 years ago.
Oh, has it
So-
been that long?
Yeah. Well, Zen hasn't played
Right.
soccer in years. But you know what I mean? Like, people...
Oh, yeah. You're running into some random dude that used to coach your kid at soccer and you got to tell him that. But you don't really. Because she could have just said, oh, I'm not involved with the chicken shop anymore. Full stop.
Yeah. You're right, it was her fault.
Because really you were worried about you were just worried about the Portuguese chicken.
Well, no, I was just like, I don't know, I was just making small talk. You know, when you're like,
Yeah.
I need to ask questions about you that I remember.
See, I always think I'm really bad at small talk because I end up just filling the space with like random words. But I think it's worse if you drop heavy stuff on people in small talk.
Yeah.
Because I've had that happen to me before. There's someone that I know peripheral through work, and every time I see them, they'll tell me about all the people that have died recently, for like in their family or inner circle.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel so awkward because I don't know any of their friends and family.
Yeah.
So you kind of like they're dropping like heavy stuff on you. Yeah.
My mum's a demon for that.
She loves it.
My mum will come over for dinner and mum will be like, "Hey, do you remember," I'm just going to say a random name, "Mary Sorensen?" I go, "No." She goes, "Yeah, you went to school with Craig Sorensen. That was, you remember?" "No, I don't, Mum." "Yeah, that was son. You played a bit of football." And then just to like get it moving, I go, "Oh yeah, I remember." She goes, "Yeah, Mary's dead." What am I to do with that now, Mum? Am I meant to grieve this person I don't really know? Like, I can't remember. They love at what age does death become something that you constantly need to
Are
report
obsessed
on?
with?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also news stories. I feel like because our parents are the only generation of people still reading and watching the news, really, consuming it in that way, that, yeah, like...
Did you see?
I get an information dump of news stories too.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't want to know about that. Just let me be ignorant.
You know that when a sentence starts with, "Did you see?"
Did you see?
That you're about to get hit with something
Yeah.
from the news. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. If you have any ideas on what the correct response is to somebody when they say that they've split up with their partner, hit me up on Instagram, Underage Grandparents Podcast, and let us know. Now, if you followed last week's podcast, you'll know that Esther's one job was to come back and report on Anthony Albanese's wedding. You did not do that.
No, I didn't. I didn't even. Or like I pressed his name into Google and saw a photo of their wedding, and then I got distracted by something else.
Yeah, probably online shopping. So your job this week was to bring a segment to the show, and I'm very excited because you've been prancing about the house telling me how you've prepped a full segment for today's show.
I didn't say that at all.
You said, "Oh, it's going to be the best."
No,
You
I
wait.
didn't. I said I've got
Ratings winner.
something to talk about, and it could become a regular segment.
Yeah.
because I think it's part of my personality to be this way.
Okay.
I don't know if this happens to you, but after talking with my friends, it's a common thing.
Probably not if you've been talking to your girlfriends about
Do
it.
you have like moments during the day where like an unhinged fear will just pop into your head? Like you'll be driving up to a crossing and you'll think, I really hope a kid doesn't run out and I run over them. This happens to me probably 400 times a day, where thoughts will pop into your head and you just think, that's stupid. Why am I thinking that? You know, like you're laying in bed and you're thinking, I hope there's no axe murderer climbing through that window.
Do you mean kind of like when you're driving on a cliff's edge and you think, what would happen if I just steered hard right now?
No.
Like you wouldn't do it, but you just imagine it.
Well, I think, yeah, you're imagining terrible stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like me thinking that I'm going to do terrible stuff, usually. My friend actually came up with a name for this as well, by the way. Esther's Unhinged Fear Files. Dramatic and unnecessary. Okay. One of them, which I thought was really just me, okay? I never, ever imagined that anybody else would have this stupid thought. So then I asked my friend, and a lot of them have this same thought. Every woman's biggest nightmare is late marriage. And someone replied to that and said, mine is sitting on a toilet and a hidden snake attacks my vagina, but okay. Okay? Every single time I sit on the toilet, every single time, especially in the night and especially if we're like away somewhere, all I'm picturing the whole time is a snake biting me on the vagina.
See, that's weird because my biggest hope is that my snake attacks your vagina.
Matthew.
Oh, I have a reptilian park in the garage, so sue me. That happens though, because they swim up the water pipe.
Stop!
The toilet pipe.
No, this is unhinged. No.
That one's possible in Australia.
People have said that, right? So I was talking to my friend about it. They all have that same feeling like, oh my God, yeah, a snake could bite me on the vagina. They also think about snakes coming through the vents on their car, which is another thing that I also think about. Like I'm always like just looking into the aircon just to make sure there's no snake eyes looking out at me. Because there's so many unhinged things I do that you don't see. And then, or just like anytime you put a shoe on, anytime I grab a cord, like say I'm going to blow dry my hair and I grab my thing, I have to look first to see if there's a snake curled around it. Because they're little, they can be in everything.
The
right?
shoe one I get, I do think when I put on, say when I go out to do work in the yard and I put my work boot on, I think I should bang it to make sure there's not a red
100%.
back or something in it.
Yeah.
Probably not a snake, but...
No, I just got a goosebumps then. But I think the reason why it's unhinged, right, we all have the same fear, but I don't actually know anyone who's ever sat on the toilet and there be a snake there. I don't actually know anyone who's been bitten on the vagina by a snake while they're going to the toilet. So I feel like that's unhinged. And...
Well, look, this is the best thing about podcasting.
Yeah.
And that is, if it's happened to you...
Yeah.
Send us a message, please, Underage Grandparents Podcast on Instagram. But there's definitely, you've seen the photo, like when you say memes, you've seen the photos of it, right?
No. I've never seen a photo of
a
someone
snake in a
being
toilet.
bitten on the vagina by a snake.
No, but like...
Now something just touched me and I'm getting the... Yeah, but that's probably AI. See, now I'm going to picture that picture when I'm...
That's only a carpet python by the looks of it.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to see that in the night, am I?
Do you look in the toilet before you sit down?
Not in the middle of the night. You know, I shuffle in there in the dark.
You do a little shuffle. Yeah, the snakes, they come up the actual pipe. But how do they get in there? They must go through the sewer on the street and then work their whole way through your...
I don't want you to try and legitimize my unhinged fears, okay?
Mine is, you know, when you park in like a, say a car park out the front of a corner shop or a bakery or a bottle-o or something, and there's those concrete stoppers?
Yeah.
So one time when I was going to the bottle shop, one of them had been turned over and they actually get put into the ground with two big giant metal stakes, right? They're probably like...
Yeah.
20 centimeters metal.
I've seen them, yeah.
And one of them was turned upside down, and I missed stepping on it by like millimeters. I nearly stepped on it and put the whole thing through my foot. You know when you have a near miss like that and you like your whole body just kind of turns to jelly?
Yeah.
Now, every time I see those concrete things, even if they're turned, like if they're in the thing in the ground properly, I cannot step on them because I have this fear that one of those
Your
giant
brain.
stakes
Yeah.
will go through my foot. Or like, you know, a star picket. If you ever see like a star picket fence, do you know those are those like star picket poles?
Yeah.
I have this fear of falling on top of one of them and
Stop.
being impaled by it in my stomach.
Oh. Okay. Yours.
Is that not? This is the segment I thought, isn't it?
No, it is. It is, but now you're giving me new ones.
Also, getting bitten on the ball sack by a snake has now become another
Okay,
fear
good,
of mine.
good. So I literally have pages and pages of these unhinged fears, like literally heaps. So we can just do one a week.
One a week.
Yeah.
Esther's Unhinged Fear Files. I love it.
Yeah,
That's actually
okay.
pretty good stuff.
Okay.
That is good stuff.
Is it something I would have written on the board if you knew what it was and then you would have crossed it out like all my other ideas?
No, I do not cross your ideas out. In fact,
You just don't write them on there. When I say something and you don't want to do it, you go like, yeah, that's good. And then I'll bring it up like 3 more times and you're like, yeah. And then we never do it.
if you want to talk about pebbling, you can talk about pebbling.
Oh, so you do know. Okay. Well, we'll talk about pebbling. Maybe I'll have 2 segments next week.
Babe, you've got 3 segments a week now. You bring whatever
do you
you
mean?
want. You can bring whatever you want.
It's fine. It's going to sip my champagne.
Hey, we got something exciting happening next week. What day is it? Monday it's going to be.
Yes.
How are you feeling about it? Because it's going to be your first time ever doing this. We've been invited onto the morning show with Larry Emder and Kylie, and we're doing an interview to plug the podcast.
Well, I think doing this podcast is way outside my comfort zone, right? Like this was something you pretty much had to force me into. So doing that is like the worst thing that could ever happen to me. No. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? No, it fills me with anxiety, but mostly because I'm scared of freezing and not saying any words, like having one of those moments where your brain just gives up on you. Someone's going to come in here now.
One of the kids.
But it's also exciting because you've done TV heaps of times and I want to have a look at like how it all works and what it looks like. I'm obsessed with shows like The Morning Show and
Peanut, stop growling. No one's out there.
someone is out there. I hope
Is that the one with Jennifer Aniston?
Yes. And
Is that you, Eden? Is that you out there, darling?
Here she
Yeah,
comes.
she is. She's standing at the door. Come in.
Hey, girl, come on.
in here.
Peanut thinks you're an intruder.
We are in the middle of recording. Come here. What do you want? What do you
It's
need,
not
darling?
going to you.
Yeah, you're going to mum. Why do you always pick mummy when you need something? Why do you go to mummy and not me?
I don't know.
Is mummy easier to control and manipulate?
No, because you always say no to everything and Mum says yes.
Oh, is that so?
That's probably true.
Is that why you go
What
to
are you
mum?
coming to ask me? Okay. Did you have a timer on, did you?
No, I know it's been 30 minutes.
Okay, so apparently we said it was going to be 30 minutes. It hasn't. It's been 25 minutes.
30 actually.
Okay. Well, give us 5 more, okay? Go put your timer on.
No.
5 more minutes.
Go on.
We're just talking about, do you know mummy and daddy are going to be on
Yeah, I
TV?
do know that.
TV on Monday?
Yeah, no.
Do you think mummy's going to be any good at it? Because daddy does stuff like that all the time, but mummy's like not good at that stuff. What do you think?
I don't know.
She doesn't really care, do you? Okay, all right.
Well, I'll come in and you can boss me around in like 10 minutes. Or
Well,
careful,
anyway,
just knock
you can
Daddy's
see
camera.
us. We'll be on the morning show talking all things our podcast on Monday.
Yes.
Make sure you check that out with Larry and Kylie on Channel 7. Also, coming up in a couple of days, guys, we're going to do a full Santa's Hotline episode. We've had heaps of calls come
Yes.
through, and that is for parents to use to threaten their children in the lead up to Christmas. So make sure you get around that. Yeah?
No, you go.
And what were you going to say? I was going to wrap up. So if you were,
Oh, wait.
yeah,
okay.
what were you going to say?
So the thing on the board that I didn't want to do, we're not going to do?
Nah, that can be in the next episode. Unless you want to do it now.
No, perfect.
We've got a segment called Ask the Kids, and it's where
Yeah.
the kids answer stuff. And the question for this segment is, whose farts smell the worst?
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
know. We've got the audio of it.
We've got the audio, okay.
See, I've been putting that on the board for weeks, and you've been saying
I
no.
know, and I've been saying,
All right, guys. Thanks for another great week. Remember, follow our socials. Get on there, Underage Grandparents Podcast. We'll see you in the next step. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Eden.
Bye.